Well, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. A good evening to wherever you are. I am trying to make sure that I'm live because there is something going on in my neighborhood, and I am trying to see if everything's going okay. So if you guys can see me or hear me, then let me know, because I actually do not see me on here at all. My Facebook has been acting real cray-cray. Okay, so I can see me. Awesome. Okay, so once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Aja Vansika of SheRewilding.com, and I facilitate virtual Sister Circle style workshops and masterminds to help you ignite your wild clarity, your soul-driven goals, and your unshakable confidence, okay? So I'm so excited to be here. And I want to first say thank you so much, Jackie, for allowing me to come in and speak to these beautiful, beautiful sisters. So this is a great opportunity, and I'm really loving being here. So thank you so much for allowing me to come into your space and share my message. So that's number one. So before I jump into everything, I always like to open with a prayer. And so let me just go ahead and open with that. And this prayer is very simple and easy. So may this conversation be of the highest good to you and to I and to all in our rewilding and becoming open to receive the divine guidance for our lives. So, yay! Okay, so it is. So once again, I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be here. I've had so much coffee this morning, and I'm like on fleek, as they say, right? I have a 25-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 10-year-old, as Jackie found out the other day. And so I try to stay up on my words a little bit. I want to have, a little bit going on. So they tell me not to do that. Stay in your lane, Mom. But hey, it is what it is. So say hello to me. Whoever's just joined, please say hello. I want to know who you are. You guys are looking at me and finding out about me. I want to know who you guys are. So drop your name in, drop where you're from, drop just something. Say something. Say hello to me. Just say hello to me. I'd love to know who's on watching this morning. Okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. All right, you ready? Okay, all right. Like I said, I've had a lot of coffee this morning, so that's why I'm standing up, because if I sit down, I think I'm gonna fall out my chair. Okay, so I'm a witch. Oh my gosh, did she say what I thought she said? Now, before you guys click off, I want to explain some things. Hey, Jacoba Harrison. Hey, girl. I am doing so good, and I'm so happy that you're from Detroit, Michigan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Hey. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Yes, Jamie, you're from Arizona. Thank you so much for being here, girl. So as I was saying, I'm a witch. Do I look like a witch? No, I don't look like what your idea is of what a witch would look like. I know that you've been told that a witch is traditionally a woman or thing, which is unholy, who worships the devil, who runs or flies around on a broomstick and has a black cloak with a hat and does all kind of chaotic and really bad things, causing havoc in people's lives. I'm here to tell you that I so thought that myself. Give me a 1 in the box if that's what you guys thought. Give me a 1 in the comments if you've been told that a witch is an unholy person or entity that rides around on a broomstick and causes all kinds of problems in people's lives. Give me a 1 in the comment section if that's what you've been told. I know that I have. And what a witch really is, what I found out, is something that it actually has allowed me to have the clarity that I have had in my life. And what a witch is what we all are. We're healers. We are shamans. We are the wise women in our communities. That's what a witch is. So we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled and led astray, run amok, all of those Malcolm X words. We've been all of that. And I want to share with you real quick. Let me see if I can find it. I want to share with you guys real quick what exactly what I believe is one of the best definitions of what a modern witch is. But before I can tell you that, I have to go back into a little bit about what we've been told a witch is. Okay? So if I can get this to propagate. Okay. So a witch, which is a term that has previously been used to demonize, to stigmatize, and to repress women, it is now being reclaimed. Okay? Women across the globe, across the world, are now actively using it as a way to describe themselves. In a world where the word witch has previously conjured up images of wart-faced old women huddled around a cauldron, the witch has undergone a serious image overhaul in the 21st century. Far from being about practicing the dark arts, the modern witch movement is all about female empowerment. Women are gathering in circles, both online and offline, to celebrate the different phases of the moon cycle. They are performing rituals to honor the seasons and casting spells to heal, to manifest, and to rediscover their magic. How many of you all can get with that definition of what a witch is? A witch is a woman who is realizing her potential. She is having the courage to be herself. That's what the definition is of the modern witches, because we're taking back that word, and we're giving it the meaning that it had many, many, many moons ago that has been taken away from us. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. I want to get into that right now because this is where my story begins. Me being a witch. Well, titles to me are important. They hadn't always been important, but to me now they are very important because they allow me to stay in my lane. They allow me to unleash my wild magic, and they allow me to help and be of service in the way that is truly my sweet spot and allows me to be at my best, because that's what it's all about. But it wasn't always so. It was so in a box and confined, and I was so confused as to what my purpose was here on earth. What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be living? Have you ever felt shame? Have you ever felt depression? Have you ever felt like just really very, very unconfident? You're not clear on what you're supposed to be doing. That was me. That was me back in 2011 when I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I went into the doctor because I was having problems sleeping. I've got all this weight on me. What the heck is going on? And she said, oh, let me run some tests and find some stuff out. Well, as you can imagine, the test came back that I have hypothyroidism. So I spent some months on different medications. You know how they have to do, if you're familiar with anything like that, then you have to keep going into the doctor's office, and they have to keep drawing blood, because they're not just going to be able to get your medication right on the first try. They have to keep experimenting with it. So I did that for about 6 months, and then I stopped. I decided that I was going to take my life back. I just totally confused about my whole life. How did I get a thyroid condition? Why? Why did this come up in my life? What's going on here? What's just everything? I'm just so freaking confused. So I started to research. And by the way, the doctor sent me home with no information, not a lick, not a pamphlet. You have a thyroid condition, come back next week so we can do your blood work. That's what I was told. So I was left to do the research on my own. And thank God I actually was. She did me a favor. Thank you, doctor. Because I came home and I researched. I researched different eating habits to help me with my thyroid. I researched different stress relieving mentalities and methodologies. I researched different herbs, and I tried so many different things until I finally found how to change my lifestyle and bring in more herbs, bring in more me being able to just sit out on my balcony just with a cup of tea. I'm sorry, my patio with a cup of tea and just really take in nature. And that's what kind of got me into the whole witchy world. Now, I'm Muslim. Don't look like a Muslim either, do I? I am Muslim. So as a traditionally practicing Muslim, a lot of people would not think that I would bring in a lot of witchy things into my life, because witchcraft and Islam, they just don't mix, right? Well, really what witchcraft or my witchy self, what I like to think of it as, is just you becoming true to your own self. And you can't do that if you don't know where you've been in the past, where everything has started, where has all of this come from in your life. You can't actually really fix it until you've gone back there to actually know how things started in the first place. And that's what I did. I went back to find why I was so confused in my life. Well, here's what I found out. And you're going to trip out about this, okay? This is what I found out. I found out that, once again, as witches, another word for a witch is a wise woman. Another word for a wise woman in other languages is Shivani. Shivani is a witch in the Romani culture, which also means wise woman. It means healer. It means shaman. So we were that. We were the witches. We were the wise women. We were the healers. We were the Shivanis. We were the ones who the community came to. When you really think about it, there's the healers that are in your African villages, right? There's your grandmothers who you can go to for all of the different ailments. And hey, mom, hey, grandma, I have a cold or my throat is itching. What do I need to do about this? She's going to give you her remedy. Where's the harm in that? This woman knows what she's talking about, right? Jackie says, thanks for sharing your journey. Thank you, girl, I'm just touched. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my journey. Thanks for the explanation regarding witches. Very informative. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, it's a lot of people they just don't know, as I didn't either, because we all are so used to going by what we've been told. And if we don't know, we just don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So as I was saying, you contact your grandmother or whatever, elderly person you have in your community, and they have so many different remedies because they're wise. They know what they've been, what's going on in the with the herbs and the different concoctions that they make. So if we called your grandmother a witch, then people would be like, oh my gosh, what is she talking? But she is. She's a witch. She's a healer. She's a wise woman. So as I went back to looking at all of those different titles that we used to have as women and finding out that all of these different aspects of the people that we were in the community were taken away from us. Why? Well, that's a whole patriarchal thing. I'm not going to get into that. But as I started to realize just who we were and the power that we had as women, the power that we had in the community, then I started to understand why I have a thyroid condition. Yes, women are healers. I started to understand why I don't know my purpose. I started to understand why it is that I've been told that this is what I'm supposed to do to be happy, but those acts actually did not resonate with me. And I tried them. It's not that I didn't try. It's just that that's not who I am as a woman, because I wasn't living according to my truth, because I didn't know what that truth was. So honestly, most of us we are living a life of what we've been told we're supposed to be lived, and we have no clue who we really truly are. So how can we actually make the best decisions for ourselves, for our lives, if we don't have a clue what it is that really is supposed to be? So that's when I started to really reconnect with my innate knowing, my gut, my intuition, and explore, who am I? Who was I as a woman back in those many, many moons ago, back in those days? What do we do? All the power, all of that. We were the ones that the community came to to solve the problems. We were the ones that the community came to for the healing. We were the ones that the community came to for the answers. Okay? That's who you are. You are a witch. You are a wise woman. You are a healer, and you are fully into your power. And a lot of people don't want you to know that. They just don't. Think about, for a second, what the world would look like if you actually lived according to your power. A lot of things would change, right? A whole lot of things would change. Well, some people don't want change. Some people really don't. And that's part of your responsibility as a woman to yourself and to the community, and of course, eventually to the world, is for you to connect with your truth. Okay? And I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm just saying that it's not impossible. It's a long, hard walk, a long, hard road, but it is something that is very much needed. Okay? So another thing that I realized on my journey is of figuring out that I'm a witch is that a witch is a woman who is whole. She's whole. And a woman who is whole, she is feared. She's very much feared because she's going to hold you accountable to you being in your integrity. She's not going to allow you to come into her space and not have full integrity. And she's going to be just a she's going to be a threat to a lot of people. And we know this, we can see this just by the word witch. They took that away from us. Why? Because of the power that it held. So a witch, or a wildling, as I also like to call a witch, a wildling, a witch is someone who is whole. And that means that she is in the light of the feminine, and the masculine, both of them. So we're not just casting out the masculine, we're using it to our benefit, but we're bringing in more of the feminine because we have not lived as our true feminine divinity and all that good stuff. We have not lived in that. We don't even know what that feels like, what it looks like. So on my road to discovering myself as a witch, of course, me being Muslim was just like, people were like, don't think you can do that, but yes, I'm going to anyway. Because what I found for myself is that being true to myself actually allows me to be true, live a better life. And by me living a better life, I'm able to help other people to live a better life. So it's hard. I'm not going to say that it's not hard. It's been a very, very long and hard road to live in my truth. But I know that it's the best thing for me first. And it's the best thing for everyone else. So you can imagine that coming out as a witch in the Islamic community was probably not a fun thing. How many? Give me a 1 in the comment section if you guys think that that was fun for me. If you think that it was a hard road for me, then please give me a 1 in the comments, because it truly, truly was a very hard road for me to say, hey, look at me, I'm a Muslim witch. That's what I am. Yeah. And I wanted to claim that title because it actually, like I said, it gave me a straight and narrow line. Yes, absolutely. Jackie, me first. Always me first. Definitely. It gave me a straight and narrow line. And this straight and narrow line is what took me from confused to the kick-ass clarity that I have. When you actually connect with your innate knowing, with your truth, then you are able to see so many different things. The doors open up, things that you didn't even know were possible for you. They open up to you because you are now living in your truth. It's what gave me, as it's entitled, the courage to be me. Is me actually connecting with my own truth and saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to live it. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And I know that it does. And I'm not saying, once again, that it's easy. I know that it's not easy, but it's also not impossible. And that's the other part that we forget. We forget that it's not impossible. Okay. We're so stuck on the whole, but it's not easy. No, it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. So I want to read you guys one more thing. And what I'm reading to you is from one of my favorite books called Witch. And it's by Lisa Lister, and everything that she says in this book, if I was a writer, then I would have written everything that she says, but I'm not a writer. And how she explains things, it's resonated so deeply with me because that's how I felt. And I was just never able to put it in words. So let me see if I can read this. My eyesight is like really bad, y'all. And I refuse to put on my reading glasses because I got my red lipstick on. That's just bad. Okay. So what she says is, it's time to remember that to be a witch is to be a powerful woman in a world where women have for thousands of years now felt really powerless. Tell me that you have not felt powerless. I know that I have. Okay. We felt really, really powerless. But now we can actually use let me get back here. We can actually use the moon. We can use our cycles. And even if you don't have a cycle right now, like if you're going through menopause and all that stuff, you still have all of the ebb and flow in you of your womanhood, of your womb space that connects to the moon and its energies. You use the moon, you use your cycle, and you use the seasons to connect. That was something that I didn't realize that many, many moons ago we did as women in community. We did that. Have you ever noticed how certain times of the month you have like this really, really just straight up clarity? I'm going to do this. And it's not a question. There's no doubts. I'm going to do this, and you get up and do it. Or there's times during the month when you're just like, oh, I just don't feel like doing anything. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, I just don't feel like doing anything. Right? It's because you have a rhythm. And when you take the time to chart out that rhythm, then you'll get to know you personally when your best days are during the month, when you should be talking to people on the phone, when you should be relaxing, when you should be getting your pen and paper out to create, when you should be making Facebook posts, everything. It comes in you as an individual charting out what's going on in your life according to your cycle. And I'm not just talking about the time that you bleed. I'm talking about the whole entire cycle, the whole entire moon cycle. We are connected. Our flow, our energy, our everything is connected to the moon. So if you can, this is a tip that I want to tell you guys, if you can, take the time to chart out your cycle. Even if you don't bleed during the month, you can still chart out your cycle. It's a 14-day cycle, it's a 27 days, a 28-day, whatever it is, but you'll find that out. But if you are just charting what days you are noticing that, I noticed this today, I felt like eating lima beans. I'm just, whatever it is that comes up, just chart it down. And over the course of maybe 6 months, then you'll start to see a pattern. You might even start to see a pattern emerge in 3 months, but you'll start to see a pattern of when your best days are to do what in. That was one of the biggest things that I found for myself, was just like, whoa, nobody ever told me that. Me as an individual, talking about you as an individual, chart it out and just see what comes up. Use it to plan your life, your days. Use it to be at your best. Use it to have the courage to be yourself, okay? Use it to reconnect with your wild self. Use it to as a basis, as a plan for you to do and get done the things that you need to get done. And what comes back to that is you connecting with your soul. So when you are connecting to your truth and you learn what all has happened in the past that has affected your today, why we do this as women, my best friend is a guy, and he tells me all the time, women are crazy. And I said, you know what? Oh, hell yeah, of course we are. Why wouldn't we be? We got people telling us how we're supposed to act, what we're supposed to do, what's supposed to make us happy. They've got a 5-point plan planned out for our lives that we don't even connect with on the inside. Of course, we're freaking crazy. We are human beings that another human being told us how we're supposed to be. That don't even make any sense. I've been married so many times, y'all. I mean, this is straight up real life, true story, as they say. I've been married so many times, and it wasn't until my last marriage that I realized that I just don't want to be married. But here I am, trying to follow the guidelines of what somebody else told me I'm supposed to do to be happy. What my role is supposed to be as a woman. This is what I'm supposed to do. Well, I tried it. And guess what? I fought myself. I fought myself in every freaking marriage because what I realized, like I said, was that that's not what I wanted for myself. It's not what I wanted. And I forced myself into those lives, into actually being in a relationship and in a committed marriage with people because somebody else told me that that's what I'm supposed to do to be happy. No, that's not what I wanted. And so when you get to know your truth, I mean, you have to be honest here. This is like honesty 101. There's nobody but you there being honest with yourself. Nobody can tell you what it is that you want but you. Nobody can tell you that. So when you get honest in your truth, then you'll start to find what your soul is yearning for, how you want to feel every day, how you want to feel when you wake up in the morning, how you want to feel when you are working with your clients or going to work or feeding the cat. My cat's over here sleeping in my chair. When you're interacting with your family, when you're interacting with your friends, when you're with your mate, your significant other. That's what it's going to bring out. And that's what the most important thing is, because that's when you are able to plan and make decisions based off of the right things. So I'm going to wrap this up because I know that it's even though I've got an hour, I have children I have to attend to, which I didn't know. But I have a gift for you guys. It is in the post over here, and it is a workbook that I typed up last night. Just my little fingers moving, because I wanted to give you guys something to help you all to start having a look at who you are and what it is that you're wanting out of life, so that you can get out of the confusion and really move into having kick-ass clarity. So I invite you all to download it. It's not nothing that you even have to sign up to. You can just click right on the link in the post, this post right here of this Facebook Live, and get it, okay? Let's see, Jackie saying, as women, society constantly tells us who we should be or how to feel, leading to a great deal of internal conflict. Gosh, yes. And this is what I'm talking about. We're making goals based off of what somebody else told us that our goals are supposed to be. And we have no idea what it is that we truly want. We have no idea. How can we be making the right goals when we really don't even know who we are as a person? We can't. So this is where I started from, and everything that I share with you, I'll have to honestly say, this is my path. These are my experiences, and that's all that I can share is what's worked for me in my life as a spark to ignite the fire in you of remembrance. Remembrance. Some of this stuff will resonate with you all, some of it won't, and that's completely fine. I'm just hoping that by sharing with you some of the things that I've been through, that it would just spark, just a little spark, just ignite a little fire of remembrance of who you were before they told you who you're supposed to be. Remember who you are before you forgot. Okay? So download the workbook. It's only going to be available for today, so I'm taking it off. The link will not be available after, I want to say 11:59 p.m. tonight, but I'm probably going to be asleep. So, so I'm telling you guys to download it today. Okay, download it today. It's absolutely free. You don't have to sign up for it or anything. You just get it and start working. And if you have any questions, then please, by all means, I love to support you. So before I wrap up, does anyone have any questions, any comments? I am here, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please feel free to drop in any questions or aha moments or anything that you have. I will come back. I'll be here all day. I'll come back in and I'll answer them for you. If you want to hop on the phone or on a Facebook call or whatever and just chat about where you are, I'm open to that as well. No sales involved, just me getting to know you and you getting to know me and some of the options that you may have. I won't try to sell you anything, I promise. So, but that's an option. Please go ahead and leave your questions or comments here. I'm like I said, I'm really more than happy to help wherever I can. And also on that note, because I'm not going to sell you on the phone, but I do have an upcoming program called the Unshakable Guidance System, which I lovingly call TUGS because it tugs at your heart. And it's really about helping you to get clear on who you are and create the soul-driven goals that you need to have unshakable confidence in your life. When at the end of this program, which is only 4 weeks, you're going to have a guidebook. I love, love, love this, y'all. You're going to have a guidebook that you can use in every aspect or situation that comes up in your life. You can just look through there. It's something that you've created. It's something that's unique to you because everything in it is going to be yours. Not some kind of cookie cutter program that says do this, this, and this, but it's going to be yours, straight significant to you because you're creating it. And it's going to, thank you so much. Thanks, Jackie says, thanks so much for sharing your energy and wisdom with us. Thank you so much for having me. But I love that at the end of this program, you're going to have a guidebook that will allow you to refer back to it for any situation that you have coming up in your life. Because like I said, when you get clear on who you are and your soul goals, then it'll allow you to have just a blinders on as to where it is that you want to go and what you're needing to go and what you're needing to do to achieve what those goals are. So that's all I have to say. So thank you guys. I'm so excited that I was able to talk to you guys. And once again, leave questions or comments or anything. I'm willing to answer them all day long. All right. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, Jackie. Love you lots. Bye-bye.